They were there. They paid the bills. They showed up to school meetings. But somehow, you still felt alone. Not abandoned, not abused, just unseen. Because the most painful absence is not physical. It's emotional. Today, we were talking about emotionally absent parents and the invisible wounds they leave behind. Wounds no one talks about, but millions quietly live with. Emotional absence doesn't look dramatic. There are no bruises, no shouting, no obvious trauma. That's why it's so hard to explain. From the outside, everything looks normal. But inside the child, something slowly breaks. This video is not about blaming parents. Many of them didn't know better. Many were struggling themselves. This is about understanding the damage, so the cycle can finally stop. Emotionally absent parents are not always cold or cruel. Sometimes they are always busy, always tired, always distracted, always stressed. They provide food, shelter, education, but not emotional presence. They don't ask, "How do you feel?" They don't notice when something is wrong. When a child is sad, they say, "You'll be fine. Don't be dramatic. It's not a big deal." And slowly the child learns something dangerous. My feelings don't matter. Imagine being surrounded by people and still feeling completely alone. That's the loneliness of emotional neglect. The child stops reaching out, stops explaining, stops sharing. Not because they don't need love, but because they learned it's pointless. They become quiet, independent too early, mature for their age. But that maturity is not strength. It becomes a survival skill. That child grows up, and now, as an adult, they struggle to express emotions, feel uncomfortable asking for help, fear being too much, feel guilty for needing love. They crave connection, but don't know how to receive it. They may attract emotionally unavailable partners, because emotional distance feels familiar. They may feel empty even when life looks successful, because success never healed the wound of not feeling emotionally held. Emotional neglect is invisible. People say, "But your parents were good people." But they provided everything. And that makes survivors doubt themselves. They wonder, am I overreacting? Was it really that bad? But trauma isn't measured by what happened. It's measured by what was missing. And what was missing was emotional safety. Here's the hard truth. Many emotionally absent parents were emotionally neglected themselves. They didn't learn how to talk about feelings. They didn't feel safe expressing emotions. So they gave what they had, not what was needed. Understanding this is not about excusing harm. It's about choosing to heal instead of repeating it. Healing begins with one realization. You were not too sensitive. You were emotionally starved. You learn to name your emotions, validate your inner child, build safe connections, stop minimizing your pain. You give yourself what you didn't receive: presence, compassion, emotional safety. Emotionally absent parents don't always mean bad parents, but emotional absence still leaves scars. If this video felt personal, it's because your experience is real, and healing begins the moment you finally see it. Sometimes the deepest wounds are caused not by what was done, but by what was never given.